Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today I'm going to show y'all how I make something incredibly delicious. Lump crab cake po' boys. Let's get to cooking, y'all. So the star of this show is the lump crab. Now, if you want to pick crabs and get you a big old bowl, get to picking. But I just buy that jumbo lump crab from my local grocery store. You do want to kind of pick through it, make sure there's no shells in it. We're going to start some blue plate mayonnaise, y'all. I got about half a cup in here. If you're making po' boys, you got to use New Orleans mayonnaise. Then we're going to add 1 egg, some fresh chopped chives. And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball, but I want 2 or 3 tablespoons here. Then I got a little fresh shallot that I minced up real fine, just to give it some little texture, a little bite. The juice of half a lemon that I zested. And then I've also got that zest from that lemon. Now y'all know we gotta season this mixture. So I've got some of my King Craw, that's that Cajun seasoning. Use whatever Cajun seasoning you like, probably about a tablespoon. I like my crab cakes to have some flavor. Then we're gonna add some hot sauce, y'all. You want about a teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. Then bump it up with a little bit of Worcestershire. A few dashes. Kind of has the makings of a little remoulade with an egg in it, but that egg is to glue these cakes together. Now we're gonna add 1.5 cups of panko breadcrumbs. I don't want too much breadcrumbs in my crab cake, because when I want crab cakes, I want it to be a lot of crab in it. So I've got 1.5 pounds of that jumbo lump crab that I picked through, make sure there's no shells in it. So just kind of start folding that wet mixture in. Now we're gonna get down and dirty because we gotta use our hands, and we're gonna form these into patties, so there's no right or wrong way. Just get in there and get you some. You want probably about 1/2 cup, and when I say form them into patties, we're just gonna kind of press it together and then flatten it out a little bit. You wanna make sure they kind of stick together, but we're not looking for a monster-sized crab cake because it is going on a po' boy. I mean, check out all that crab. You can see the herbs that we've got in it, and that's gonna stick together, and we're gonna lay these just on some butcher paper here. Now, that wasn't too bad putting these crab cakes together, but here's the most important part. You gotta stick them in the refrigerator for 20-30 minutes. That's gonna give them time to set up. That egg is gonna start working on it, help it glue together, but we're gonna have them really good and cold before we go outside and we cook these things up in some butter on the flat top, y'all. All right, y'all, I got that griddle greased up. It's ready to do some cooking. Now, you could cook this inside in cast iron skillet on the stove, but if you got a flat top, get outside and use it. First, I'm gonna put down cooking butter, I call it. That's what's gonna grease these crab cakes and make them brown up. Now we're gonna carefully transfer them from the platter right to the top and just give them one last little press to make sure they stick together. We're gonna lay them right in that butter. You need about 3 minutes per side, something like that. We just want them to kind of get golden brown. And you can see that lump crab in these cakes. You know they're gonna taste good. Mo butter is good. Just sizzling. All that sweet crab getting happy with all those flavors we put in it. Oh man, y'all hear that sizzle? I hope you can. Now let's get up under one of these crab cakes. We're gonna flip these real carefully over. Look at that golden brown. Same thing, just flip it over. That's what I want to see, that golden brown crust on the outside, tender buttery crab on the inside. That's gonna make a heck of a po' boy. The trick to crab cakes is don't mess with them too much. Just let them get golden on both sides. All right, we've been 3 minutes on both sides, so I want to peek under here and just see. Oh yeah, oh, they're perfect. Carefully transfer them over to a platter. Let me finish up these last few, and it's gonna be time to make a po' boy, y'all. All right, y'all, we got these crab cakes ready, and you can serve these just like this. Appetizer, even a main course. Top them with a little remoulade, they're good to go. We're gonna do something even better. I'm gonna build a po' boy with them. So I've got a loaf of French bread that we just toasted a little bit in the oven. Now for a po' boy, remoulade sauce is my favorite. Of course I made it with blue plate. We're gonna smear some of this right on the bottom. I like a lot of the remoulade. We got some shredded lettuce. This is just like green leaf lettuce. I'm just putting the lettuce on there for the doctors to be happy. Just put some thinly sliced ripe tomato on there. These are like the restaurant style dill pickle chips. You almost see through them. I'm gonna hit them with a little bit more King Craw just to pop them tomatoes. Give it a little bite. Now we're gonna take our crab cakes, the star of the show, buttery, succulent crab. What do you think? You think 4 of them's gonna go? I think so. On the top bun, we got more of that remoulade going right over. And now you just flip this top piece of that roll right on top. Let's cut this joker in half. Oh. Piece of crab right there. I can go ahead and try this one, right? So here is the absolute best part of the day, y'all. We're fixing to pick this behemoth up. Crab Cake PoBoy. Look at this. I I don't even know if I can get my head on it. We're gonna try though. My God. This is one phenomenal sandwich, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us here today at How to Barbecue Right. Y'all like what we're doing? Subscribe to the channel. Find us on all the social platforms, and we're gonna talk about this crab cake po' boy in depth on our weekly podcast. So y'all give that a listen too. We'll see you next time. Oh, there's a bite that jumped out the backside.